What do you mean?
Oh my god, what are you saying? You're a twat. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome! Welcome! I was asking you something personal, and we go live? We go live?
Yeah. I did say, literally 5 seconds ago, I could always start this whenever I want, and you wouldn't know, and you'd be like,
gonna go do
please
it?
do that. Well, you did say to do it. I'm not one to deny a request from a friend. And with that, hello, wrestling fans, and welcome.
I do the intro around here. You don't do anything. You do just sit there, please.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Sam Brooks, and I found Andy Kwan.
No, you didn't find me. I was here the whole time. The whole time.
You didn't think to tell us at all. So really, you were missing.
No. No, I wasn't missing. I did tell you. I said to you guys, LOL, I'm taking a month off.
No one cares anymore. The joke's over. So we have in the chat Alex King, Voidstorm, Bullet Club vs. Shield, Troy Dixon. Hello, everybody. Welcome. You want to know why we're doing this live instead of pre-recorded?
Why is that, Sam?
You fucking know why. You're the reason why. Tell them.
Because I can't get my webcam to work properly.
Yeah. He stops doing this for a month. And he forgets how to do this.
No, I kept hitting the program I use and it just won't load.
So instead of him getting mad and rage quitting and saying, we're never doing a show again, we're shutting the channel down.
I was like, LOL, let's just do a live show.
Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? Y'all are here.
We might as well just do it live all the time.
But then we can't have the intros and we can't edit out you saying dumb shit. You want to edit out the dumb shit that you say, right? You're not going to stop saying dumb shit, so we might as well edit it out, right? Isn't that how this works now?
Potentially.
Maybe. No. We're going to go back to pre-recorded someday. I say that, we're probably never going to, but who gives a fuck? Right now, what we give a fuck about is Neville.
Yes, break orbit. Break out of WWE. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been reported by numerous sources that Neville walked out on the WWE, and then LOL, some sources are like, LOL, he didn't walk out on the WWE. Thoughts?
Why? What the hell? This came out of nowhere. Basically, the sources that say he has walked out is one particular source. They are the ones that reported that Jack Swagger wasn't with WWE anymore. And everyone was like, no, that's wrong. And then flash forward a couple weeks later, Jack Swagger has been future endeavored. Whoa. It was a warning. It was a foretelling. It was a prophecy. It was a premonition. I feel like we could be onto something here. Neville walking out on the company. Wow. Who'd have thought, right? Austin Aries is already gone. So now the only Cruiserweight branded match at WrestleMania. One, it might as well not happen because it's not on the DVDs for whatever reason. And two, both performers are gone already, supposedly. It's been unconfirmed. We don't actually know yet. But Big Melts says that things might be happening tonight. We're not sure yet, though. This is entirely speculation at this point, but there are sources that say he's gone. He's fluttered away like a turkey long gone in the corn.
Doing flips.
Flipping his way through the corn maze.
But none of this makes any sense. Like, when you think about it...
Well, I'd argue there's some ground as to why he would walk out, namely being frustrated with being pigeonholed as a cruiserweight, jobbing to Enzo. I say jobbing, losing to Enzo, despite carrying the division for 9 months? Better part of 9 months? Except for that 1 week where Tozawa carried the division for a week, but ignoring that. Yeah, he was the glue that held it together, and now he's not getting his supposed recognition by moving up out of it. Instead of moving up out of a division, he decided, I'm going to move up out of a company.
But to play devil's advocate,
okay,
Neville, I don't think has ever been more relevant, ever.
On the main roster, yes.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Because like, I'm excluding NXT because, as we know, being really popular... Because it fuels your argument. Well, no, because being popular on NXT doesn't really mean anything anymore. Tyler Breeze was popular on NXT, and then he floundered.
And he's popular now.
Bo Dallas was popular on NXT, and that went nowhere. So it's things like that. So you talk about his main roster run. He hasn't been more relevant. And I don't understand why he would leave at this
the
stage.
Most relevant
if he was going to
been before now would be his WWE Championship match with Seth Rollins, and that was 2 years ago.
What if you're going to be upset and leave? Why wouldn't you leave before now?
Because he was champion before now, and he wasn't losing to Enzo fucking Amore.
No, I don't mean like in recent months. I mean like years ago. When he was
also fine years ago.
Well,
it wasn't being embarrassed on TV.
He was being called up, and then like he just was kind of there for a while, not really doing a lot.
He had good matches, and assumedly, people don't just walk out of a company because they're not being pushed. People stay with that company because it's a job, and they have families and their own lives that need supporting with a thing called money. So that's why they often stay. That's why Kurt Hawkins hasn't left yet, because even though he has a losing streak of over 100 losses, he's getting paid for it. And that's how the world works, Andrew. You get a job, and you get paid to do that job. And that's why Neville was there. But now, it's at the point where he's been featured so prominently in such a high-profile feud and title run in a division which is, quite frankly, a mistake to begin with. Now he supposedly might be done with the entire company. You got to think that his new lack of championship and who he's facing, it really does call back to when Austin Aries was released earlier this year for practically the same reasons. But we don't actually know any of the details. This is just speculation. Some people are saying that he's left. Some people are saying that he hasn't. Mostly WWE saying that he hasn't, but of course, why wouldn't they say that? They want to do damage control until they release their future endeavors statement. What's the chat saying? Bullet Club says, and eventually there's so much shit you can take from that company. Neville wasn't on Raw this week and on 205 last night. So, yeah, because you know who was? Kalisto. Rumors say that Neville was supposed to be in that lumberjack match wherein Kalisto won the championship, but Neville was supposed to lose. Maybe that's why. He thought, I'm sick of losing to Enzo fucking Amore. I'm just gonna leave. Kalisto's here. Do something with him, maybe. But we don't know yet. What else on the chat saying? Wolfie says, Neville's net worth is far beyond what the company believes it is. Very true. Same for everyone in that cruiserweight division. You want to pigeonhole them into a program, but quite frankly, no one up until now has been watching. And you want to give them purple everything, restrict them to do nothing more than just be purple. They're not going to be happy with it. Well, some clearly are, some clearly are not. Like the two people that were so prominently featured in the division, they had a match at WrestleMania, are now apparently both gone. There's clearly teething problems with this entire division. But we've known this from the start.
Well, I don't know. Just my point of view is it's like, well, why didn't he leave earlier? I don't get it. And it's not like CM Punk when he left. When, if you believe his side of the story, where all of these things happened and it all kind of culminated in this one thing that, like, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. Neville's had a good run. Like,
Some would say the best run.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you leave? Like, he's never been more popular now. And he's basically the face of the entire division. He actually saved that thing and, like, completely salvaged it. That's essentially his baby. And
the question is, what does he have to show for it?
He had a 9-month run.
But he lost to Enzo Amore.
You gotta lose at some point.
To Enzo Amore?
Oh my god, it doesn't matter if it's Enzo Amore or Kalisto. It doesn't matter. You gotta lose at some point.
I would rather lose to the plethora of talent that they have in that division rather than someone who has been made on TV to look like total fucking shit in the ring, and who just so happens to be total fucking shit in the ring. Just to put over a heel gimmick.
But the thing is that no one else in that cruiserweight division, and it's no fault of their own, it's the way that they're booked, has like any sort of personality in comparison to a Neville or a Enzo Amore.
Disagreeing with that off the bat. You have strong characters such as Jack Gallagher. You also have Brian Kendrick. You also have TJ Perkins.
The guy with the umbrella and the really old guy and the guy that dabs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Neville, the guy with the beard. Yeah.
He's the king of the freaking cruiserweight.
Jack Gallagher is a gentleman. Oh, yeah, well, look at me. I'm Andy. They're not Neville, so they have no personality. Oh, I can be controversial too. Yeah?
I'm not saying they don't have one.
You're talking shit. Explain yourself.
It's not allowed to shine through.
Go on.
Well, it's just not. Like an Enzo Amore gets mic time. Neville, got mic time, and turns out he's actually quite good at speaking.
Oh, yeah, because none of the other cruiserweights have ever been in a backstage segment or a promo or have ever had an in-ring segment.
Like, seriously. That was awful.
Carry on. You're clearly interrupting me for something worthwhile. You want to carry on with what you were saying?
Well, Noam Dar was just brilliant, wasn't he?
He is good, yes. What's your problem with Noam Dar?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, don't fucking whisper. It's creepy.
Okay, I'm being sarcastic.
What? What's the problem? Why don't you like Noam Dar? Oh, he has an accent. Oh, look at me. I'm Andy. I had a perfectly normal voice.
Stupid storyline.
That was actually a good story.
Was it though?
Did you watch it? How did it end?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I just like saying Alicia Fox and mocking everything. Yep, brilliant. Good analysis of that storyline, Andy. Well done. You pay attention. What is the chat saying? Alex King says, compare Neville on the mic from now to 2 years ago. Massive improvement. Agreed. Bullet Club says, Neville was essentially going to or is pigeonholed in the Cruiserweight division. Why you have a problem with Neville leaving, but not Austin Aries leaving?
I have a problem with Aries going as well.
I don't have a problem with any of these people leaving. In fact, I think it's better for them. If they're never going to get out of this 205 Live pit of death that they're clearly being resigned to.
Why don't you just build the damn thing up?
I'm not saying that that's a viable alternative. I'm saying that they're clearly not doing that. So we have to instead focus on why is it not being built up? Why are people instead deciding to leave instead of saying, hey, do you have any plans for us? And they're like, no. Am I ever going to move out of this division? Neville asks. No, they say. Austin Aries is like, am I ever going to get a championship run by any chance? I've faced Neville 3 times, and I'm clearly never going to win. Do you have any other plans for me? They're like, no. Alright, fuck it, I'll just go home. I'll just leave. Go back on the indies. Go to Ring of Honor. Go to Japan. Sure, will have better plans for me and not make me wrestle in purple ropes.
But to be fair, they don't wrestle in purple ropes anymore.
What colour's the title, though?
It's purple.
What colour is the brand that they're on?
Still purple.
What colour are the nameplates that show up on screen whenever they come out?
Purple.
Stop whispering!
Purple, damn it, purple!
Yes. So it doesn't matter if the ring ropes change. There's still, the point is, it's not literally about being a colour, right? It's about being stuck in a position where they clearly have no intention of moving them out to. You can only put people into the cruiserweight box. You can't take them out. No one has moved out from the cruiserweight division except for Aries, who's left, and Neville, who's left. When Jack Gallagher came out of the Royal Rumble, he had a purple thing. It's case in point. Even if you go into the big leagues with the big boys, you'll still be treated as, oh, look, it's that purple little midget fella. and he's small. He can do flips.
That's Derek.
And he was shit. What's your point? Oh, I have to mention Derek. I have to get it on the quota. Brilliant. Good job.
Wow. Wow, you know, I've been back for what? All of I don't know, 12 minutes, and already you're like, you guys, you hear the crowd here.
Yeah, I am, because you're saying random shit that's funny to make fun of, like always. It's like being back to normal, isn't it?
No.
Woofy says, 1 year's time, Park versus Will Ospreay in the finals of Best of Super Juniors tournament. Where is Neville going to go, assuming he's left? Japan, Ring of Honor,
Japan.
the Indies.
That's where he made his name, really.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, well, he made his name everywhere, Andy. British Indies, other Indies, Mexico.
Yeah, but when he was in Dragon Gate, that's when he really, like, took off.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll probably go to New Japan. We'll probably see him in Best of Super Juniors. Now, I think he could cut it as a heavyweight.
Does Dragon Gate still exist?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that it doesn't. But I'm not into the Dragon Gate, so I don't know for myself. I have only heard rumblings online. I'm no better than you are.
Anyway,
anything to say? You can just say words. That would be cool.
He'll probably go to New Japan.
Yeah, that'd be good. New Japan needs a couple more recognizable gaijin, because you know, after the great purge that WWE enacted, where they took 3 of the best, they need to maybe bring back 1 or 2 more. Yeah, there's rumors of who they're bringing back now. They're maybe going to put Sami Callihan in the New Japan scene. There are vignettes airing that might lend credence to that. And plus, New Japan want to kind of get another sort of audience in America and other Western countries. What better way than to bring in a couple of recognizable names? And what better person to bring in than Neville? What better stable for him to be in than Bullet Club?
Yeah, I remember like earlier this year that Bullet Club were kind of rubbish, because they didn't they kind of were just not as good as they used to be, and then suddenly they've become better all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, it's because of the influx of talent and the way they've been booked and the storylines and everything. They've been given more of a purpose. Kenny Omega's a big part of that, but
well, yes, Kenny Omega and Okada were just phenomenal.
They were. Okay, good. Knock your shit around more. That's something that everyone wants to hear.
Don't worry about it. I'm back, baby.
Yeah, brilliant. Woofy says, the Miz match was a dressing gown moment, to be fair. Dressing gown, dressing down. What Miz match moment?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm cold.
Get me my dressing gown, Neville says. I don't even know what moment that is, so you want to maybe elaborate on that, Woofy? I'd appreciate it. What else is he
no, wait, you can't read. It says dressing down.
Yes, I did correct myself and say dressing down.
Oh, damn it. I thought I had you.
No, you're too busy laughing at your own jokes. Woofy also said, Neville will be fine. His net worth is as such that he will get a New Japan contract off the bat, and he'll be in so many PWG matches, it's unreal.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. But assuming he has left, because we don't actually know at this point. If he has left, the world is his oyster, I suppose. But if he hasn't, what else is there for him to do in the good old WWE? Other than stay on the same brand. Not go anywhere. You would think that his last appearance, where he forsaked his championship rematch, and now you have Enzo versus Kalisto. So Neville is essentially written out of 205 completely.
Yeah, but the storyline was that he couldn't touch Enzo if Neville provoked him, wasn't it? So he wouldn't have been able to have had a match with Enzo anyway?
No, the idea was that if anyone laid hands on Enzo, then they wouldn't get a championship opportunity, including Neville.
Yeah, but Neville did.
Yes.
So that's why he doesn't get a title match.
Yes.
So what's the problem? Like he may not have walked out. It's just a case of, well, he can't.
I'm saying that his story on 205 Live has come to an end. He's not in any new programs. He hasn't got any new rivalries to start up anymore. You would think he would move out of that division now. Maybe go into the mid-card scene. On either brand. Raw. Raw has cruiserweights. He would be in the Raw mid-card. But no, that's now dominated by The Shield. with Roman Reigns getting Intercontinental Championship matches. And now you have Miz and Cesaro and Sheamus and Braun Strowman versus The Shield. You want to talk about this?
Yes, let's talk about this. So, I am going to actually say something that may shock a lot of people.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Prepare yourself. I haven't said it yet. Prepare yourself.
I am so shocked that you said these things.
What? Can you just shut up and let me speak? So, I think...
No way!
That...
Oh, sorry, premature? Oh, okay. I'm ready. Wait. Okay, I'm ready.
I think that...
Yeah.
The Shield being booked...
Yeah.
And Sammy turning heel...
Yeah.
Was some of the best booking decisions all year.
Oh my god, that's not shocking at all to say.
Oh, I thought you'd think I'd be like, I hate Roman Reigns, I hate everything he does, which is not true. Most things, yes, not all.
No, your problem is you don't hate Roman Reigns, you hate how he's booked.
Yes.
That's the same problem everyone else fucking has. But nah, it's a tricky thing. I'm a fan of the Shield. Big fan of the Shield. I don't know how I feel about this.
I think it's great.
You would. Because, look, it's the Shield. Remember the Shield?
Yes, the Shield.
How good that was? Yeah.
Still good.
Yeah, let's do that again, even though they've all formed individual personalities, and it's clearly 2 + 1 instead of 3 equals.
It's still good, right?
It's Roman Reigns.
They built this up. This is long-term booking, Sam. They've booked this for years. It's perfect. Leave it alone. It's completely fine. They booked this for years and years.
No, it's clearly not an attempt to appease some of the heat on Roman Reigns, and everyone will go back to the same old heat.
What's a brilliant idea then?
Cool, let me finish. It's clearly an idea for them to get some of the heat off Roman, and then eventually, when they start booking him to beat all of your favorite legends and retire everybody that's ever competed in a WWE ring, everyone will go back to the same old holding pattern of booing his booking. It's almost as if this will do nothing to fix that. It's almost as if the problem has never been with Roman. It's almost as if his booking has always been the problem, and his booking after this will not change.
Okay, look.
This is clearly a misguided attempt to try and fix it all.
If you remind people why they liked Roman to begin with, and they continue to book Roman like that, like he did this past week, didn't really say a lot, just said 1 or 2 things, and that was it, right? If they just continue to do that, hallelujah, they may, I'm not guaranteeing it, but they may just fix Roman. They may do, I don't know. But they need to remind people why they liked him to begin with. And this is why.
They liked him because he was booked as part of a trio, not because he was booked to retire The Undertaker.
He just smashes people!
Yeah. That's every wrestler ever. Oh, they just fight. They just fight other people.
No, Sam, I meant he doesn't say much. He just spears people, punches them around the face. Is the guy that picks up, like, the person as they triple powerbomb. They remind people of that. That's what you need to do. Remind
everyone how cool he used to be when he wasn't a single star being shoved down our throats.
Not suckering succotash. No, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. None of that crap. Not.
It's almost as if you're missing the entire point that I'm trying to make.
What?
You're missing the entire point of what I'm trying to say here.
What's that?
As soon as this whole Shield reunion is over, because it's not going to last forever, as soon as this whole Shield reunion is over, it'll go back to the same thing it was before.
They won't.
They will. They'll give Roman unbearable promos because that's what they do. They'll have him beat John Cena, and then John Cena will raise his fucking arm, and then they'll give him enough torches to start a hate rally in Charlottesville because that's just what they do. That's what they have been doing, and that's what they will continue to do for the rest of time. Okay? Oh, trigger, trigger, trigger. Ha 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 ha. Tumbler, tumbler. Settle down. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if they book him correctly...
Which they're not gonna fucking do, are they? They're just doing this now because everyone remembers the Shield and how good it was.
I'm trying to be optimistic, Sam. I'm trying. I really am, okay? Right? So let's say, hypothetically, they go, oh yeah, this is what we need to do. Go do that then. Hallelujah. Thank God for that. They do that.
So when Roman Reigns main events his 4th WrestleMania in a row, and Brock Lesnar raises his arm after Roman wins the Universal Championship, are you going to cheer or boo?
It depends.
Oh, it depends. Oh, because they brought the Shield back, so now I love Roman forever, despite the fact that nothing's changed.
Fuck. There's no pleasing you, is there?
No, there's no pleasing you. That's what I'm saying.
I'm happy with this.
Yes, you're happy because it's the Shield. You're not happy because it's Roman. This is just a temporary distraction from everyone being miserable up until Mania season.
Everyone's like, Andrew, you're going bold. No, I'm not. Well, yes, I am.
You say everyone, one person said that.
Yes. It's because of my hairstyle.
Yeah. Great. All right. Cool. I'm glad we're talking about this instead of the actual topics at hand here. I'm glad we're wasting our time talking about your receding hairline.
Anyway, point is that
Troy says you're a flip-flopper, and I agree.
I am not a flip-flopper. I like this. For God's sake.
No, it's not the fact that you're flip-flopping on the Shield, it's that you're flip-flopping on
I hate everything. I hate everything that's ever existed. Is that it? Is that what you want me to say?
No, we want you to have consistent opinions about people that last longer than 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Ask you a month ago, Roman sucks. Ask you now, I like the Shield.
Yeah, there you go. What's wrong with saying that?
Because you're just going to go back to the same old shit when they break up, and you'll be like, I still hate Roman, guys. I've always said this. And then a year from now, you'll be like, I like Roman. A year after that, you'll be like, I hate Roman.
No. What? Like an opinion can't change in 12 months, can it? Oh, I didn't realize. It's not like it's an entire year.
No, sorry. I should have reduced it to your actual time frame of opinions of less than 6 months.
Look.
Yeah.
If Shield is booked correctly and Roman is booked correctly,
which won't fucking happen,
everything will be okay.
Yes, of course everything will be okay if that happens. Fuck, anything can be okay if things are perfectly booked and nothing I don't like happens.
I liked this reuniting. Like everyone, the crowd loved it too. I'm not the only one, damn it. Okay, Voidstorm keeps saying Andrew in the chat. So yes.
Brilliant. Whilst you
pick
beef with the chat, I'm going to read some of the other things that they've been saying. Bullock just said, just wait until Ric Flair, the ghost of Dusty Rhodes, and all of the other Hall of Famers pass the torch to Roman. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here. Because to be honest, you're still missing the entire point of once the Shield breaks up, it's going to go back to being exactly the same thing. This is merely a distraction to boost ratings and to get people to watch the pay-per-views and then forget how much they hate Roman. But as soon as he goes back to being a single star, which will be within a year, it will be within 6 months, actually. Because by the time we get to WrestleMania and he faces Bork and he beats the Bork, and is finally the first person to beat the Bork, and he gets his arm raised, because he needs a coronation every single year, that way more people will love him, right? No, shower of boos every single year, like it has been. Retiring The Undertaker did no favors for him. His singles booking has done no favors for him whatsoever. It's not a knock against him as a performer. It's a knock against the position that he's in that fans don't want to see. As soon as the Shield is done, which it will be, I don't see it lasting for longer than 3 months. It will go back to the same thing, and your opinion will go back to the same thing.
Okay, why don't they have the Shield last until Mania, and then you've got like, I don't know, they've got the tag belts, Roman's got the Universal title, and then Roman's just like, oh yeah, I'm the Universal Champion, fuck you two, and like you just twat them both in the head or something, and then he finally becomes a heel, And there you go.
Oh yeah, that aforementioned magic heel turn that will fix everything that's wrong with
but
his
think
booking.
about it, makes sense. Rome just goes, why am I teaming with you two idiots? Flats him in the face with the belt.
That won't change anything in my eyes.
Oh, God, no
just because he's magically a heel now, that doesn't fix that he's being handed all of these opportunities and everyone in kayfabe thinks he's the greatest man alive. It's not going to change anything.
If you keep booking him correctly whilst in the Shield, and he gets...
Oh, you're missing the goddamn point! You're missing the point! Booking correctly, quote-unquote, aka booking the way that I want to see him booked, me, Andy Kwan, not anyone else.
Okay.
Just because if they book him to your fucking magical whims and desires, then yeah, of course you're going to enjoy the product. Because it's you booking it. It's just, oh, if they do exactly what I'm saying now, because I want it to happen, I'll enjoy it and I'll keep watching.
Alex Kings makes a good point in the chat. A heel turn fixed the Usos and Neville's character, though, Sam.
No, better writing and actually something to care about worked for the Usos and Neville.
God.
Magically attacking people just with a different alignment, that doesn't make anything better. If they're still written the same.
Well, the Usos just stale and really boring when they were faces. Yes! Oh, the wall has more sense than you.
So let me ask you a question. If the Usos had the exact same face paint and civ towel and green trunks and fucking flannels hanging out their ass, they just attacked different people, would they be at the same level they are now?
But that's the reason why they haven't used
it's because they changed everything else about them rather than their alignment. They gave them better promos. They gave them better opponents. They gave them better reasons for feuding with people. They gave them a purpose. They gave them something better to do other than come out, shout, jump about for a bit, and then smile and wave. They did something better than that. They gave them something with purpose rather than just being another tag team.
Oh, this is like talking to a brick wall. Okay.
Oh, I'm Andy Kwan. I'm a massive hypocrite. I'm like a wall every other fucking day of the month. But as soon as anyone disagrees with me, I'll bear the wall.
Huh? The wall was a WCW wrestler. So the point is that
good reference. Well done. Timely. Bullet Club says a heel turn helping someone proves that WWE doesn't know how to book babyfaces. Another problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No one knows how to book a good babyface.
No. Yeah.
Case in point, Roman Reigns. He murdered Braun Strowman with an ambulance.
There you go. Troy has another thing.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan would never have turned heel back then if he stayed in WWE. And then when he went to WCW, he turns, and everyone loved it. Which is true.
Because the business is totally the same now as it was 20 years ago. It's totally the same, right? There's totally another WCW and WWE equivalent, isn't there? Oh yeah, that's brilliant. It's almost as if things change over 2 decades. And people's perception of characters change. And the sense of what kayfabe is changes. Everything in the business has changed from what it was 20 years ago.
You can't deny people turning gives them like a actual a new lease of life or freshness.
It's not just magically, quote-unquote, turning heel. It's not just a coverall blanket term like turning heel. It's getting more promo time.
Enzo is better than the heel. Carmella's better as a heel.
It's getting more promo time. It's getting better scripts that are written for you. It's not just magically changing alignment and being like, hey, you all suck. It's not that. It's well-written characters. It's a case that they know how to write bad guys better than they do good guys. That's the point. That's why everyone clamors for a heel turn, because all of the bad guys are so memorable and better written than just bland, I'm here to wrestle and be friends with everybody, like Apollo Crews.
He is literally one of the worst characters.
Yes, exactly. You see my point now.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, the chat is like the last time. Sorry, Void Storm says the last time they booked the babyface somewhat well, it was Daniel Bryan, and they botched it to hell. It's surprising we ever got a payoff. Yes,
but we got the payoff.
No, we didn't.
And ever since then, everyone has always cried and complained that their favorite babyface isn't in the main event of WrestleMania. I still think that Daniel Bryan storyline did more harm for the WWE than it ever did good.
What did?
The Daniel Bryan story.
I think that did good.
Yes, the story was good and the end result was good, but Bryan only stuck around for another 2 months afterwards because of unfortunate injuries. But ever since then, WWE fans are now under this grand delusion that they can decide what they want to see on the TV. And it's like, well, no. It's Vince's company. It's what Vince wants. It's what the agents below him want. It's not going to cater to your every single whim. It's not going to break its back over putting Cesaro in the main event or someone else that you really like that thinks deserves it, quote unquote, in the World Championship picture and winning and dethroning all of the heels in history and becoming one of the most graded Hall of Famers of all time. People are under this deluded fucking idea that, you know, they create the stories, because they don't. They did one time with Daniel Bryan, but ever since then, it's always been the same fucking complaining and whining that they don't like what they're seeing. It did more harm than good, but that's just me. Clearly a controversial opinion. Don't know if anyone else agrees. I know you don't, but when do we ever agree on anything?
Exactly. We're like chalk and cheese.
A food and not a food.
That's a saying, Sam.
If you're eating chalk, then that explains a lot, to be honest.
Nobody eats chalk.
Wolfie says, Road Dogg can't write anything except racist comments to Nakamura, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing on Raw with the writing. It blows. Yeah, writing in terrible is just bad. It's just a case of, like, I don't know, the Shield coming back, yes, that was awesome, but in the long run, it just doesn't matter. And that's why I'm not too on board with it, because it's clearly just a mask, a temporary distraction for the Roman Reigns hate train, which is still justifiably going. But whatever.
I didn't think
at least it wasn't Sister Abigail.
I didn't think it was that bad on Raw. Like, I feel like it wasn't that bad. Like, there was some boos, but it wasn't like WrestleMania when they're at the Cowboys Stadium level of bad.
Yeah, but Sister Abigail, though.
That was awful.
It sucks being a Bray Wyatt fan.
Yeah, like, I mean, how can we make this guy look more like an idiot? I know. We'll bring back a thing that we killed off, and it's actually him.
No, you're misinterpreting it. To be fair, you're not.
He's possessed. That's the point. Yeah, he's possessed by this thing, the spirit of Sister Abigail or whatever.
Much like Finn is possessed by the Demon King.
So okay, so we just copy the exact thing that's actually successful, but then it's a bit like.
No, it's just the same thing.
It's a bit like
you
know, Black Rain in TNA.
I do know Black Rain from TNA.
This is basically the same thing, sort of. It's like a really crap knockoff of something else.
It's a fat Dustin Runnels with a rat.
He might as well go around with a rat now.
Nah, I feel like on paper it's the same idea as the Demon King, which is also dumb, but people eat it up anyway because it looks cooler. And it's not Bray Wyatt. But besides the point, I thought it was dumb only because it's a Snapchat filter. It's basically just one of those spooky, scary Snapchat filters that you get around Halloween, but distorts your voice and puts a weird fleshy component on your face, and it just looks dumb. I have no problem with the idea. It's just it was executed like shit. Not good.
A really good idea. I'm on Snapchat. Let's do a Bray Wyatt promo, shall we?
I can't wait for this. This is going to go 100% right and not be an embarrassment.
This is going to go 100% well.
I'll just leave you to this, then, and I'll read the chat.
Yes, you do that.
Wolfie says, if Sister Abigail was played by a competent female wrestler, then it wouldn't be so lame. I'm still not a fan of the idea of a random female wrestler being this dead nun from Bray Wyatt's backstory. I'm not a fan of the idea of it ever being more than an idea. Essentially.
Oh, there's no filter. Oh, God. There's no scary.
There has to be at least one. There has to be at least one.
There isn't.
Or one that changes your face.
Cats and stuff. Like,
any photos that change your voice?
There's one with like cucumbers on your face. You know, I'll just try this one. I know, man, they've been lying to you, man. I'm Sister Abigail. They've been lying to you, man. Lying to you, man.
He said that once. Yeah, he said that one time.
Brilliant.
How about you show the audience?
I'm editing it. 1 minute. There we go.
Five viewers, 4 viewers, 3 viewers, 2 viewers, 1 viewer. Everyone's gone. They all left. Shut it off! I'm sorry. I had no control over what he just did. This is why we do things pre-recorded, so I don't have to put up with this shit and I can edit out the bad ideas.
Everyone loves it! Look at everyone in the chat! This is great! Comedy gold! Comedy gold!
Oh, yeah. How about you actually do a promo instead of just saying, "Ribbon line to you, man, ribbon line to you, man, ribbon line to you, man, ribbon line to you, man."
Because that's what it says.
He said it one time 4 years ago.
She was in a fire, and they're not in the fire anymore, because it's me, and I'm wearing weird makeup, man. Bray, run! Ha ha ha! Lie to you, man! Ha ha! That's it. That's the promo.
Should have done that with the Snapchat filter. Like,
oh yeah, that would be good idea.
Like I fucking suggested, you fucking moron. Christ almighty. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, all right. You have low standards. I assume anything can be funny.
Wow!
What else do people say? Wow! I love that noise you make sometimes, where you just gutturally say "wow." It's my favorite soundbite. You should do it more often. It's really good. It's really nice sounding. Anything?
Are you gonna read the chat, or are you not gonna read the chat?
I would if it was more than emojis.
There you go.
We're counting the viewers now. Brilliant.
Anyway, so should we move on to Hell in the Cell, Samuel?
Yeah, let's round off by talking about, as you call it, Bell in a Cell.
I didn't call it that.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sure. Andy,
No,
I wish you were gone. Well, people make up your mind. What do you want? Anyway, so the point is, Hell in a Cell. I only saw the Hell in a Cell match.
Which one? There were 2, fuckface.
Oh, the main event one.
So you missed the other good one.
Yes.
Here's a rundown of Hell in a Cell, everybody.
All right, let's do this.
Pre-show was skippable. Gableman won. As predicted. Oh yeah, we should mention who our inaugural Superplex Megaweight Predictions champion is.
It is I, Andy Corn.
No, it's not you. Do you actually know who it is?
No.
Well, it's not you, and it's not me, so it must be Carmine Antonelli. It's almost as if you should actually, I don't know, do a good job at predicting.
What did Liam predict?
He didn't.
Oh.
It was just us 3, Andy. We're the only ones there.
Wow.
Liam wasn't magically there. Neither was Brendan. Neither was Keelan. It was just us 3. That's how this works.
That's more like it. Hey guys, Andy for president in the chat says YouTube slots.
Of course, he only reads out the ones that appease him and not Janie, who is here. Hello, Janie. I'm sorry you have to suffer through us too. I don't even know why you're here to begin with, but we're talking about Hell in a Cell. Started with the Usos versus the New Day in a Hell in a Cell match for the Tag Team Championship. New Day champions going in, Usos champions coming out. 5-time. They're going to put stripper poles in the Uso Penitentiary. It's great. It's a really good match. It's the best match of the night, in my opinion, actually. Best Hell in a Cell match I've seen in a while. Oh, it was really good. What, you haven't seen it, so you don't know shit. You only decided to watch the main event, but yeah, it was really good. You should go watch it. Friendly hint between friends, you and I, because we're friends. Go watch it or I'll stab you. So you have that. And then afterwards, you have it was Orton versus Rusev. Not the worst, not the best. Ended after 1 RKO. Orton won, of course. Be weird if Rusev won after 1 RKO, but no. Orton won that, and we are continuing that story. Hooray. What was after that? The US title match, which was made into a three-way before the pay-per-view started. So really, our predictions meant fuck all, but Carmine actually came out on top of this because he predicted Baron Corbin win, and Baron Corbin did win. We have a new United States champion after Baron Corbin pinned the newly added into the match, Ty Dillinger. I believe AJ Styles hit one of his finishes on Ty, and then Baron came in and literally shoved AJ out the ring like Mufasa in The Lion King. And he got the pin, and he's now United States champion. All that backstage heat really did him in, didn't they? He's clearly jobbing out to everybody on TV, isn't he? As United States champion. He's won a title. Think he'll be fine now. That was good. That was actually one of the better matches of the night. For me, there were 3 good matches. There was the opening Hell in a Cell, there was this triple threat, and there was the main event. The rest was just skippable. Because after this triple threat, it went way downhill. It went way downhill. Because you had the women's match. Charlotte versus Natalya, the match we have seen 50,000 times in better places than a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But they had it. And it ended in a DQ when Natalya just whacked Charlotte with a chair. Because, you know, that's a good way to end a match. That's a good way to make people care about your program, where you just randomly have the heel use a chair and then nothing afterwards.
Okay, I need to address something that people have said in the chat.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm glad you're paying attention to me, your friend, and instead of paying attention to words in the screen.
I have seen The Lion King. But yeah, you're not selling me this event, Sam. I feel like I've seen one.
I'm not trying to sell you the event. I'm trying to sell you the good matches. But I'm telling you to go watch.
Oh, okay.
Which are 3 out of 7.
Oh dear.
Not good.
Oh dear.
What else is the chat saying? Let's see. Andy and Liam are a Jobber tag team. Yeah, I like how YouTube slots just complimented you once and you read that out, and now you're ignoring all of the other comments like Andy and Liam are a Jobber tag team. Andy eats Cheerios.
What's wrong with Cheerios?
Liam Dunn was on the no, not reading that. Not reading that one.
What's wrong with Cheerios?
Andy is an indie bingo hall jobber. How about you be nicer or I'll fucking kick you. Because we don't be a dick. That's the rule here. Other than we can be dicks to each other all we like, but you need to fucking watch it. What else are people saying? Him. Oh. People in the chat, be nice. Janie says something about cookies. I don't fucking know. She eats so much sugar. She's basically a cookie at this point. Yeah, people are sad about Rusev losing. Yeah, me too. I'm sad about Rusev in general, to be honest. It's almost as if he should be in a better place than he is now. Not dead, just higher on the card.
In a tank.
Or in a tank. Where was I? Women's match. Total shit. What was after that? What was after that? Oh god, yeah, it was the World Championship match. Wasn't even the penultimate match on the card, by the way. It was the tri-ultimate match. It was 3rd from last.
Oh, God's sake.
So they put Booby vs. Dog over this. Sure, why not? I hated it. I hated Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It was probably the most soul-sucking match of the night, to be honest. And we watched Money in the Bank together, remember? Andy, remember?
Yes.
You remember how we both felt when we were watching Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton round 2?
It was painful.
This was worse. This was worse. Only because it's Shinsuke Nakamura. Probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. Losing clean to Jinder Mahal. Well, clean, quote-unquote. Basically, the Singh brothers were finally, after months and months of being ignored and constantly interfering because it's just shit booking. They were ejected. They were gone from a match. So it was just Jinder surprise and the Nakamura in the ring. Jinder tried to leave. Nakamura dragged him back into the ring. Jinder kicked him in the face when Nakamura was trying to get back into the ring. Tried hitting his shitty fucking slam move. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to call it the disappointment.
Pain.
Yeah, I'm going to call it the pain. The disappointment and pain finisher. He tried to hit that. Nakamura reversed. Tried to hit his Kinshasa. Jinder got out of the way. Nakamura needed the turnbuckle. Jinder then hit pain and disappointment to win the match. So, foregone conclusion. Everyone knew it was going to happen. I even tweeted, why am I even bothering watching this? Everyone's going to be mad at the end like it will make any difference. So that happened, and I hated everything. Then it was Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Didn't help. It was just boring. It was just boring. Ended with a weird series of roll-ups, and Roode suddenly got the win, but Ziggler standed tall anyway.
Standed?
He stood tall at the end anyway. That's how bad it was. It made me forget words, right? It was that bad that I don't even care about it speaking properly anymore. It was just the worst. I hated it. And then the main event happened. We're picking it up, though. I dropped it on the floor, but we're picking it back up because the main event was actually fine.
Yes.
It ended weirdly, though. Do you want to talk about this as it's the only match you've seen, and I've actually talked about the entire fucking card, and I want to break? So please, talk.
So, in the main event of the evening, inside Hell in a Cell, a false count anywhere, Hell in a Cell, Shane McMahon took on Kevin Owens in a pretty brutal match, I'll be completely frank. They beat the crap out of each other inside that thing.
They sure did, Frank.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So, basically, what?
Yeah. Gruff. That's great. I'm glad you can say words.
Anyway, so the point is that essentially, like, they used the stairs.
They used A stairs.
They used the stairs. Shane went
stairs.
coast to coast. Evans was like just beating the crap out of him. Shane missed a shooting star press, and it looked like he awkwardly landed on his arm. There were other spots such as Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon fighting on the top of the Hell in the Cell. Multiple points, it did look like that thing was going to like go down, like fucking.
Yeah, my anxiety was on edge at this fucking point because they're just bouncing, literally bouncing off the roof of it, and I'm like, how reinforced could it possibly be?
And that's the thing. You could see like it was kind of buckling, and you're like, wait, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna? Because here's the thing, Shane's jumped off the thing before, so I was like, oh, so they got to do something different. They got to
or
do
the same thing again.
Or the same thing again. Well, and then like Owens like just goes, screw this, and like climbs down, and Shane follows him and just keeps twatting his head against the cage wall, and he just takes an almighty bump off of it. And Shane's like,
yeah, Owens fell the fuck off.
Oh, Owens just like
Owens fell off for a table, and it was awesome. And then Shane was like, you know what? I could pin him now, but how about I just jump off the cell? So he climbs up the cell, and he just goes to jump off again because he's fucking insane.
Well, there was one point when Kevin looked like he was going to jump off.
Yeah, but then he just didn't.
I was convinced he would, but then he was like, nope.
That's Kevin Owens' way. Makes you think he's going to do something cool, but then doesn't. Just does headlocks.
So here's the thing. Shane just does the, oh God, Jesus, help me! And then jumps off.
He asks Jesus for his powers, and then he jumps off. But then a man in a hoodie pulls Kevin off the table, and then Shane dies. He's dead now.
That was actually
the table, and he dies.
I feel like that one was worse than the Mania one.
I feel like we're on par. But either way, random man in a hoodie. Oh no, who's that? Oh, it's Sami Zayn.
It was me, Kevin. So
I pulled you off the table because I'm your friend, even though you buckle bombed me like 2 weeks ago.
But
buddy,
he pulls him away, and then picks up Kevin, puts Kevin on top of Shane, makes the referee count. Here is your winner, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere. And then Shane was stretchered out, as I fucking called it. I called that the pay-per-view would fucking end with Shane on a stretcher being pulled out. And he gave the Terminator thumbs up, and it was cool. So after Shane was lowered into the lava to destroy the chip in his brain, we go forward to SmackDown. And everyone was like, Sammy, why? You're a paragon of good, clean fun. What happened? Have you seen this explanation?
I have. It's a good explanation.
Good explanation. I was worried up until that point because I was like, man, this better make sense. This better be written well. But now it actually was, because Sammy was like, hey, on Raw I wasn't doing anything. And Kevin was like, he's Intercontinental Champion. And he's Universal Champion. And he's United States Champion. He's already held a belt for like half his career in here. What the fuck? And I've got nothing. I have 30 days as NXT Champion, I think, and that's it. And then he transferred to SmackDown, and he was like, hey, Shane, it's a land of opportunity, right? And then Shane's like, yeah. And then a year later, Sammy has still done nothing, despite being a good, clean fun that has all of the hopes and dreams of a WWE Universe on his shoulder.
And then he tries to talk to Shane and be like, I don't think this is a good idea, mate, because, you know, he's beaten the piss out of me before. And then guess what? Shane's like, leave me alone!
You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah, it was basically his code for, leave me alone! So Sammy's just like, screw you then. Screw you then. And that's basically why he did it.
Yeah, it was good. It was well written. And they're now friends, and there are no good, clean baby faces left other than Becky Lynch.
But to be fair, Sammy was doing nothing.
Oh yeah, it totally makes sense, and that's why it was written well, because he has a point.
Yeah.
So now he's like, I'm gonna do things for me, I think, or I'm just gonna help Kevin because he gets places. I want to get places too, so that's what I'll do. So yeah, that was fine. That was all well and good. I'm looking forward to Survivor Series. I think that's the next SmackDown pay-per-view.
But everybody pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also a SmackDown pay-per-view, Andy.
It's a dual-branded pay-per-view.
Oh, for fuck, you pedantic fuck. Who cares?
Pedantic.
I am not pedantic. Brilliant. Yeah, it's Survivor Series with the next pay-per-view that SmackDown is on because it is a dual-branded event, like Andy says.
Thank you.
Thank you. It'll be fine. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the stories they have. I'm looking forward to see what happens with Shane. It's probably going to be Team Shane versus Team Kevin. I don't know who the fuck's going to be on Team Shane other than AJ Styles, but I'm sure we'll get to that point. But yeah, look, it's all good. It's all fine. Shield is back, and I'm okay with it for now, but it won't change anything in the long run. Sister Abigail is a Snapchat filter. Who knew? Neville may have left. If he has, see you, Space Cowboy. It'll be good to see you in the best of the Super Juniors. If not, why the fuck are you still here? You've got nothing to do. Set yourself free. Break orbit. Yeah, have gravity remember you and sink down through the earth and come out in Japan.
Yes, go do that.
How the world works. So yeah, that has been the Suplah. We've been live again because Andy can't handle technology like a Silver Surfer. You want to do the plugs?
Yes! Oh, I've missed this. So, we are on Snapchat. We are on Instagram.
No,
we are on... What?
We're not on Snapchat.
I thought we had one.
Do you use it?
No.
Then we're not on Snapchat.
All right, we'll get one. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook. And obviously, we are on Twitter. So, if you put in the Suplah, you will find us. We have a gaming channel. Sam is doing Nuzlocke. I don't know what that means. Liam's doing things to do with Crash Bandicoot. There's a whole archive of stuff there. Go look at our stuff. What else do we have, Sam?
We have a website.
Yes, go to suplah.com where you can find articles, the broadcast, and other things that are exclusive to the website, such as stuff that I've sang in my life, which I don't regret that at all. So, what else is there? Is that it?
Well, how about we round up this live show with another reading of a chat? Have the
Yes.
people feel acknowledged before we leave. The All Talking, No Walking, Stephen Hawking says, hashtag Savage Hawking. Great. Nothing like an ego. Troy just says dick. Bullet Club just says ass. Someone asked me why I'm so mean, because the world made me this way, and I have to work with him on a weekly basis.
We work with him.
Yeah, great.
Okay, I can see why now, yeah.
I'm glad you're gradually regressing to minionhood. I'm glad that's the thing that's happening. Liam's here, not saying hi to me. Fuck you, Liam. Janie's also here, not saying hi to me either. Fuck you, Janie. How are your cookies? I'm sure they're fine. You bake too much. You have a problem. YouTube slot says Tim Allen Jobber. Don't know what that means. Emojis. Stop talking about Liam's ass, please. I don't get why. We're clearly entertaining, Andrew. They clearly want to talk about us instead of Liam's
apparently
ass.
I voted for Corbyn. And by that spelling of Corbyn, he means Baron Corbyn. So yes, I voted for Baron
Yes,
Corbyn.
I also voted for Baron Corbin to win the United States Championship at Hell in the Cell. I'm glad our decision making is being endorsed by the head office.
Andy is an atheist, but that's not true.
No, that's me.
Oh.
I think he meant me. I mean, we're clearly easily confused. Like,
yeah,
we have so many similar properties. Like, what else is the chat saying? Troy says, "Do a chat about you guys." That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. He blames me, apparently. I don't get why. I don't know what I've done. Probably too many things. Okay, I think we're just gonna end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like
God is. They're just arguing about God. I'm on the fence about it. Jeez. So
yeah, how about we just don't talk about that and instead end the show, dipshit?
I have been Andy. Come on.
I have been Sam Brooks, and we'll do something next week. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's live. I don't care. No one cares.
I'm back. I'm better than ever. I'm back. And I'm making things better. Face facts. Because your opinion don't matter. Why don't you end this thing? Because this is... I'm forgetting the words. Damn it. Goodbye. End it, damn it! End it! I'm going. So, ta-ta. Come off. Bye. Bye. Why have you not ended this? I'm going. Hello. I'm going now. Bye. Bye-bye.